Good evening. Please turn off your phones. Welcome to the October 16th, 2024 regular meeting of the Eureka Springs Historic District Commission. I'm Dee Bright, Chair. Commissioners present tonight are Maggie Haid, Frank Green, Susan Daniel, Debbie Davis. We have a quorum for business. The Eureka Springs Historic District Commission is empowered by Eureka Springs Municipal Code to issue a certificate of appropriateness for alterations of exterior architectural features, demolition, and new constructions within the boundaries of the Eureka Springs Historic District. The HDC uses Eureka Springs Historic District guidelines and the U.S. Department of Interior standards for the rehabilitation of historic buildings as the basis for our decisions. The Commission can take the following actions on an application: approval with modification, denial or deferral for more information. Appeal of denial may be made to the Circuit Court. Public comments will be heard on each agenda item as it is called. Each person may make one comment. Other public comments will be heard during the public comment period. And as a start by reviewing the purposes of the HDC, we are only here to approve applications based on exterior architectural features spelled out in our guidelines. That is all. I want to remind commissioners we do not consider the following due to these not being under our area of jurisdiction, which include the size of a structure, setback of a structure, parking, number of units, how to demolish a building material will be disposed of, drainage, sewer line capacity, putting in retaining walls unless it's on the application. Discussing these types of issues only confuses the public in thinking we have jurisdiction over these types of issues, and we do not. Most of this is up to the city building inspector applying city codes. Also a reminder, new residential structures do not go to the Planning Commission unless they are asked for a variance. Okay, on the agenda tonight, we have no old business, new business. Level 2, Charles Circle, George Robinson, owner applicant. Remove vinyl siding and replace the stucco. 2, Level 2, 44 Owen, Bill White, owner applicant. Change the front roof line of carport. Are there any changes or additions to tonight's agenda?
No.
May I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
I'll second.
Who? Debbie? Debbie made the motion. Frank seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. Approval of application does not excuse applicants, owner, or agent from compliance with any other applicable codes, ordinances, or policies of Eureka Springs Historic District. 7 Charles Circle. Do we have somebody for 7 Charles Circle? Yes. Could you come up to the mic? The applicant is also the same. Construction date is 1995. This is not a contributing building. Scope of work is remove vinyl siding and replace with stucco. Would you state your name and address, please?
George Robinson, 7 Charles Circle, Eureka Springs, 7662.
Okay, and Frank's going to read us the summary of facts as presented on the application.
Remove vinyl siding due to possible dry rot. Replace vinyl siding with stucco finish. Large windows above doors to be removed or replaced.
Do I have a motion?
I move that the Eureka Springs Historic District Commission issue a certificate of appropriateness.
for the proposed work at 7 Charles Circle based on the agreed upon summary facts.
Do I have a second?
I'll second for discussion.
Was the summary of facts correct?
I didn't even hear it. But it's all changed.
It's all changed.
Yeah, so the large window was leaking really bad, which brought in the so-called header.
Excuse me, just a moment. Have you gone back to our city, to Cassie here in the mayor's office and given her all the changes? Because if you've changed everything, we have no pictures or anything showing us the changes.
Right, I'm just trying to explain what I found when I looked at the wall. So the pictures you got is what the exterior looked like. Once I removed the vinyl siding, the whole wall has been rotted out due to the water damage. The subfloor is damaged. Most of the 2x4s were damaged. So when I get that, once you guys approve the replacement of the vinyl siding with stucco, then I have to go back and see the lady that I spoke to previously and let her know about what I found when I had done the wall. And now I called the homeowners insurance so they can come out and take a look at it.
Well, do you intend to remove all the siding on the house and just stucco the whole house, or just the
No.
front facade?
Eventually, I plan on removing all the siding from the house and replacing most of it with siding,
Siding?
composite siding.
In our application, it says, summary of facts as presented on your application. Remove vinyl siding due to possible dry rot. So you've already removed the vinyl siding without our permission, without the purpose of coming to this meeting.
I told the lady I spoke to at the city that I needed to remove it to find out what's underneath it, because my wall's falling apart. So yes, I have removed the vinyl siding. Because the doors are completely rotted and falling apart. The floor, subfloor was completely rotted, and the wall is not attached to the foundation anymore. All that needs to be replaced.
Can I ask a question just because I'm curious? Why do you want to put stucco on this side when you say you're going to replace the rest of it with a composite vinyl, or a composite siding?
Because this is a pop-up, so the house is this big rectangle, and on the back where the deck is, it's a pop-up. It sticks out further than the rest of the house. There's another one on the front of the house, which I plan on stucco on too. But both of those stucco and the composite siding around the house will give it a very nice finish. And the whole house needs to be updated.
Okay.
I bought it on foreclosure. It was going to be taken care of. The house is falling apart. The front porch is sinking into the ground because there was no footings put underneath it. So that's my next project to do after I get these walls.
So, Mr. Robinson, the entire front of the house, you want to stucco the entire front of the house?
No,
Just around the front door?
just the part that pops out.
Oh, okay.
It's a pop-out.
Yes.
16 feet wide by 16 feet. In the front and in the back. Both of those want to be stuck up eventually. Right now, I'm just dealing with the back, where the deck is. Because what happens is the snow builds up on the deck because the deck wasn't built low enough. And it seeps in between the seams of the siding and just rocks all the wood away.
Okay, guys. Sir, we're going to discuss this at the table because we've got an issue here.
Yeah, I think that since he says he's going to change,
Yeah.
things have changed, I don't think we can really move on this tonight until,
Well, you're still approving the basic thing. The only thing I've changed or found out or changed is the structure support of the building for right now. So I can get homeowners insurance to come out, tell me what part they're going to pay for. So
On my summary of facts, sir, it says, remove vinyl siding due to possible dry rot. Replace vinyl siding with stucco finish. Large window above doors to be removed or replaced. These are what we have the pictures, and this is what we're discussing tonight. Now, you have informed us you have already pulled the vinyl siding off.
Correct. I can't find out if there's any dry rot if I don't remove the vinyl siding. That's why the wording in there is incorrect. It should have said remove vinyl siding, look for possible dry rot, because the walls were cracking open during winter time. And then replace the vinyl siding with stucco.
So, did you fill out this application here? And at the bottom of this application, scope of work, remove vinyl siding, check for possible dry rot.
Correct.
Replace with stucco finishing. Unknown start date due to this meeting. Well, we're just now at the meeting, and you have informed us you have pulled the siding off, which we are supposed to discuss at this meeting. And this is your application, your writing.
But like I said, I told her down there and put on that form, need to move the vinyl siding to check for dry rot.
Doesn't
And
say.
that's what I did. I removed the vinyl siding so I can find out where the dry rot and the rot is, why the building is falling down.
But that's supposed to be wait till we have this meeting to discuss it. And you've already pulled it off. Can anybody make a decision
I
tonight?
think my biggest concern is, I mean, this is not a historic home, but it is within our purview. And to mix the stucco and the siding, I'm not sure that that's a real good thing.
Good mix.
The way the house was designed, but
Maybe we should do a site visit.
He's not going to wait 2 more weeks for us to do a site visit.
I can't wait 2 more weeks.
Well, you didn't even wait for this meeting to come to us to discuss the vinyl siding.
The house is falling down. That wall has no more support. There's no time of waiting. And I even put in there, they asked me what my start date was. I said, can't give you a start date due to having to come to this meeting.
Well, we should have asked the building inspector to have come here tonight. I guess that's who we need to look at it, because we don't know what we're facing now.
You're supposed to just give me a thing saying whether or not I can or cannot replace the vinyl siding with stucco.
And you were supposed to wait till this meeting to come to us about the vinyl siding,
Right.
and you didn't.
Because I had to look for the drop. I had to find out why the building was falling down, so that I could tell the building inspector after he gave me a piece of paper that this also needs to be done, so that she can put it into the permit. I have to find out why the house is falling down. The only way to find out why the house is falling down is to remove the siding.
So you've seen the building inspector, or that he's been out there?
Yeah, I talked to her before I came in. I talked to her like 2 weeks ago.
Our building's
Jess. I went and spoke to Jess like 2 weeks ago
Jess?
to get the permit. She said I had to come here first. I said, okay, but I'm gonna have to remove the siding
thought
because
Paul
I
was
have to
our
find
building
out where the dry rot is.
Paul is our building
And what does need to be replaced, and how we're gonna handle that. She said, well, if we find dry rot, we'll just have to add that in to the cost of the repairs. I said, okay. So I waited like a week, and then last weekend, I poured the siding down, so I could find out why my house is falling apart.
Jess informed Ida of George Robinson's need for a COA. Ida then alerted Glenna.
And Paul Sutherland is our building inspector.
I had no idea who the building inspector was.
Paul?
So Cassie, on relatively new construction that this is it within the guidelines to mix the materials like that?
It is not within the guidelines, to my knowledge, to mix materials. As far as the issue of can we approve something that's already been done, I don't know, but I do not think so, but I would have to check on that.
But that hasn't been done.
You have removed the vinyl siding, that has been done, and that is
But
on the,
siding could be put back up once the drywall was fixed.
the,
And that's what I was gonna do, that's not what I had planned on doing. Once the drywall is fixed, I'm gonna put up stucco. So whether or not the vinyl siding has been taken down to find the damage, doesn't seem to correlate with approval.
sir, the issue is, you made an application, and on your application, you said you were applying to remove the siding, and now you have told us you've already done it without the review of your application. That's the issue.
I told Jess that had to remove it to find the rock. This is what I understand. I can't find out why the building is falling down and what needs to be fixed unless the siding is taken off. I took the siding off to find out what needs to be fixed.
And I think we can understand your frustration and wanting to, get started on this right away. The thing that we're struggling with is that we have guidelines that we have to meet as well. And one of those guidelines is you're really not supposed to start the work until we look at your application. So, I would like to go out there and see it. I think.
How much of that siding did you take down?
I took down one wall that is 6 feet by 7 feet high, and the other one that is
On this,
16 feet high by 9 feet high.
on this
Yeah, I
picture?
took down, not that wall, but the other side. If I could actually borrow those pictures, I could explain this to you.
This side?
Yeah, I took off that side. Can I borrow these pictures?
Yep. This is your last page in your packet.
So this corner of my wall, right here, on the inside of the house, during winter time, it gets cold and it expands. On the inside of this wall, the wall opens up an inch in this corner. Because the wood was dry rotted out and had no more support. I found that out by removing this siding right here. Found out what was causing it to crack my wall. The front here, I have removed all of this, except for the doors. I've taken out both windows and the top third window. The top window, they put screws in the top and filled it with cotton, which has been leaking over the last who knows how many years. They just was put up in here and has rotted out the entire door frame, the studs around the door, and the complete seal at the bottom of the door in the subfloor, a good 8 inches in.
Is this on the back of your house?
Yes.
This
Back
is,
of my house.
it faces your backyard.
Yes.
Because this is like a deck.
And this is what I explained to the lady that I talked to. All this is falling down, the wall's cracking open, I know there's dry rock or rock in there that needs to be fixed, and I have to pull it down.
Would you look at this paper, please? Is this the application you filled out?
Yeah, this is what she typed up when I was there.
So that's what you told her.
Yeah, remove vinyl siding, check for possible dry rot. That's the first thing I told her. I said, that's what I need to do. I
And-
need to remove vinyl siding, check for
Okay,
possible dry rot.
sir, that's why you're here
Or
tonight,
I replace the stuff.
is for us to approve you to remove that vinyl siding. And you've already done it. That was what we're supposed to do tonight, is to discuss that. And you've already pulled it off.
Oh, well, I still have it. I didn't throw it away, like I said. I mean, if I have to put it back on when I fix the repairs, I can put it back on. But that just wasn't what my plan was. My plan was to step on it.
And you're wanting to take the
Yeah.
half round window out?
Take the half-round window out, and I'm gonna put a smaller octagon window at the top of that oval, the curve.
You didn't put that in your plan.
Because I didn't think about it until afterwards.
That needs to be in the plan.
I know, that's why I need to update her with later. I didn't expect that window to be as bad as it was. But my house, I mean, I don't know who built this house, but they built this house on crap.
But both of these windows are going to go back in?
No, I'm gonna actually make them smaller.
Okay.
I was gonna actually put them in, but
Well-
now I want to do the windows.
He's going to have to come back with,
And you're going to have to come back with those windows because we're not approving anything on the windows until we see what you're going to do.
I'm shrinking them.
Well,
So
we
you'll have to-
need an application saying that and the measurements.
Instead of them being that big, I want to go with 18 by 36 inch windows.
We need the building inspector to go out.
Yeah.
I feel like the building inspector has to become involved.
Yes.
And a new application.
A new
including all
application
these-
and the building
all these,
inspector.
You know, plans for the,
Yeah, well, I didn't, like I said, I didn't expect to have to remove the big window and replace it, but with how much it's leaking, it needs to be replaced. I can't put that back in. And so I was just gonna close it up a little bit more, put a smaller window. I mean, this is just something I found due to the damage of the building. So these are the modifications I made or plan to make and have to meet with Jess with after I get the certificate here.
I think that Paul needs to, the building inspector needs to go out and
I
inspect.
thought he was gonna come out after I got this paper anyway.
Well, I think he needs to come out before.
Well, as I read in our part of the beginning of the deal, approval of applications does not excuse applicants, owner, or agent from compliance with any other applicable codes, ordinances, or policies of the City of Eureka Springs. And that's what we are here to do, the policies of the City of Eureka Springs. So we have to bring in the building inspector because
But I plan on bringing them in anyways, before any of the work is
I think that
actually done.
he should resubmit a new application. After the building inspector, we need to get a report from him, especially since he wants to change the windows and the sizes. and
Yeah, you
stuff.
have to because you're changing windows and all that.
We have to know all those
Yeah.
details.
All of that has to be documented.
everything on your application that you put in there for tonight has already been done. So
It
we
hasn't
can,
been done.
have
The
you,
only thing that's been done is the siding being, exactly the first line, removing the vinyl siding to check for dry rot. That has to be done before you do any other work to the building. The window was removed because it was damaged all around it. And that damage had to be replaced before the roof fell. Some 2x4.
well, we can't,
according to our guidelines, though, we're not allowed to approve something that is incomplete. My impression is that because you're going to do the windows,
But she
change the
told me, yeah.
change the whole
wasn't
facade
planned.
and everything, that,
Right, the windows weren't planned on being changed,
okay.
but due to
okay.
the damage
We aren't going to
and-
go any farther. It's
Stuff
quite
like-
obvious what we need, so I need
Just
somebody
told
to
me.
make that motion.
She said, I need to come here to get the approval to replace siding with studs. That's what I'm here for. Then I go back to her and I tell her what I found, if I had to get homeowners insurance involved or not, and which I did. I called them the other day, they're supposed to be here Thursday or Friday to look at it. Once I got that piece of paper from you guys, some piece of paper, then I take that back to her and tell her the difference in any scope of work that needs to be changed, so she can add it to the current. That's what I was.
Here is
This
who
one
you
right
see,
here is the
right
one you
here.
need to talk to.
This is not who I talked to.
No.
That's correct.
You spoke to the building inspector's assistant.
Okay.
I'm the director of historic preservation. You have a home within the boundaries of the historic district. That means any changes you want to make to it architecturally have to come to this commission.
Right.
If we're saying that we need the building inspector to look at your house so we can understand more what it is you're wanting to do and what we need to approve and what needs to be on your application, then that is what needs to happen. Jess didn't send you here to get a slip of paper. She sent you here so that the changes you want can be approved because that is part of city code and policy.
Right, stud, vinyl is a stud. That's really all I'm changing.
You're also wanting to change a window,
Yeah.
Now I do, but I wasn't planning on it.
I have an email from you from September 30th saying that you were going to change that window.
Did I put the big window on there for being changed?
Large window,
Also, the large window above the doors will either be removed or replaced with a smaller one.
Right, okay. Because it was causing damage. So, yeah, so it's gonna be replaced or removed or replaced with smaller, so it's gonna be a small. Which.
Somebody
is
make a
what she
motion.
said
I can't
would
make it,
be
guys.
changed in,
I do.
not this.
Either table us for more information from the building
I mean, I
inspector.
have no problem with the building inspector coming out. I figured he was gonna come out anyways.
Deb?
Well, sir,
I
with,
just want
with
to-
the, with the application in the shape that it's in tonight, I don't think that we can approve it. We can table it, and we can get the building inspector to come out and have you get a little more specific on information with windows and that type of specificity that needs to be on the application. Okay?
So, because I left out, I didn't put windows because I didn't plan on changing them at the time that I filled this out, it's gonna halt everything?
No,
it's not
because,
just that.
because you pulled off the vinyl
Because I pulled
siding
off the
without
vinyl
your,
siding.
without this table's permission, and that's what we were here to, prepared to
So-
hear from tonight.
Because I pulled up vinyl siding, which is stated in there, need to remove the siding to find drywall. That, the house is falling down, that needed to be done, period. I mean, I don't understand.
But it's not, it wasn't
I
gonna
don't-
fall down from the day that you applied this till this meeting.
Yes, that's the whole reason I went to go see the building inspector to get a permit, is because the building was falling down. I didn't just wake up one morning and say, oh, I want to change my house.
I think we need to table this application.
Guys got to vote on tabling it.
Okay. I move that we table this application until the building inspector can go out and give us a little bit more information on this, and we can get more specificity on the application.
I'll second.
Debbie made the motion, Frank seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay.
And you are
Motion carries
city
4-0.
commissioner?
No, I'm the Director of Historic Preservation.
She is in the mayor's office. This is who you are to go speak with.
I need to speak with you for what?
For this application,
To fill out
to
this
get your
application.
certificate of appropriateness so you can do the work you need to do, you have to have that to go to get your building permits.
Right.
You emailed with Glenna, who was filling in before I got hired.
Okay. So you replaced her.
Yes.
No, sir.
I don't know how this works, okay? So, I mean, I'm just trying to find out.
There was a
All I
change-
did,
there was a
I went to
change.
the building inspector to get a permit to do work on my house that is falling in. They said I need to come here and get a piece of paper. I'm here to get a piece of paper.
Well,
That's what I'm doing.
that piece of paper,
Sir, you need to be behind the mic.
Yeah, yeah. it
Yeah,
needs to be
that's
behind
true.
the microphone.
that piece of paper is a C of A.
Okay?
We are not deciding it tonight because we don't know what you're wanting to do without redoing this and getting the building inspector
What I
to
want
tell
to do
us.
is remove the siding and put up step up.
But this isn't just a piece of paper. This is a certificate of appropriateness for the historic district. We live in a historic town. Your home is in the historic
Yeah,
district.
it's right on the border. It's
So you need to get with the building inspector. Cassie will tell the building inspector, and we're going to go on to our next one on the application here.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
That's it. Okay, what's next?
Deborah, you can?
44 Owen Street is a level 2. Bill White, applicant the same. Construction date was 1965. It is not contributing. This is to change from front change front from roof line of carport.
Do I?
Hi, Bill. Would you like to come up to the mic and introduce yourself and give us your address, please? Come on, Bill.
I'm Bill White. The address is 44 Owen Street. I had a tree hit the carport.
Okay.
Memorial Day.
Let Frank read you the summary of facts.
I'm sorry?
Frank's going to read you the summary of facts.
Replace damaged flat roof to gabled roof to match house.
Is that correct?
It wasn't a flat roof. It was a lean-to looking slope away from the house. It wasn't original to the house. The homeowner was a carpenter in town. He built other houses, and this was his house. And I've looked at it for 20 years, pulling in to a lean-to. Yes, that's where you can see it was a lean-to. It wasn't a flat roof.
Yeah,
And
it's a
there's a
lean-to.
potting shed behind that. What I wanted to do was, on the front of the house, the roof to the carport will have a slope, the same slope as the rest of the house. It won't be tied into that roof. It will be 18 inches lower so that I can paint the eave to the house, but it would still, and it won't go up all the way. It'll go up maybe 6 feet and then go back down and tie onto the flat roof. That would be the rest of it, and tie onto the original flat roof on the potting shed.
Do we have a rendering?
It can't be seen from the street. That's a one-way street coming down. There's also a garage that blocks the view of it that is parallel to the street. So you can't see any of this from the street. It would be on the picture at the top. I'm not showing any siding there on the carport where it comes to a peak. There would be siding on that. It's not going to be an open looking thing like that. I didn't draw the siding in on it.
It's going to have a gabled roof?
I couldn't hear you.
Gable, it's going to be a gabled roof?
Just halfway on it. On the front of the house, it'd be gabled. Comes down halfway up of the elevation of the front of the roof on the house, and then back down. And there's a flat roof where you can't see it. Not a flat roof, but a sloped roof, because that's what the potting shed is now. The potting shed was not destroyed. I want to save that. Be the cheapest way I can do it is not to remove that. And I don't want to slope. I don't want it to go up all as much as the house, because I have to have access to the attic. I've got a piece of plywood over it now. I can't get in the attic inside the house, and this would give me an access door for the heat and air ducts that are up there, and just other things.
I need to interrupt everybody. We didn't make the motion, and we're discussing. Would somebody make it?
Okay, I move that Eureka Springs Historic District Commission issue a certificate of appropriateness for the proposed work at 44 Owen Street based upon the agreed-upon summary of facts as presented.
Second.
Debbie made the motion, Maggie seconded, and we've already been doing discussion. I'm sorry for that. Any other questions of Bill? All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0.
I thank you so much.
Just a minute, we'll get you your
Piece of paper.
paper. Thank you, Bill.
Here, thank you.
How you doing?
Thank you, Frankie.
You bet.
Thank you all
Thank you,
very
Bill.
much.
Thank you very much. Okay. Consent agenda. Our level 1 and 2 projects that the city preservation officer believes to be in accordance with design guidelines. Any commissioner or member of the public may move any consent agenda item to the regular agenda for discussion. 227 West Van Buren, free land owner, re-roof, same material, paint same color, replace siding if damaged during re-roof. 226 West Van Buren, Stevenson owner, add 40-foot to existing privacy fence. Did everybody see the folder? Do I have a motion? Any questions on it? Okay. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Maggie made the motion. Debbie seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. Administrative approvals by the City Historic Preservation Officer. Minor impact projects include ordinary maintenance that does not involve a change in materials, new and replacement signs, alterations to non-contributing and/or non-historic structures, excluding major additions or demolition. Medium impact projects that meet design guidelines. We have 7 level 1s, and they are all listed on our website. Commissioner business. Approval of minutes for October 18th.
September.
I'm sorry, September, we missed that one. Was everyone here? Okay, do I have a motion for the September 18th, 2024 minutes?
I move that we approve the minutes from September 18th,
Do I have a second?
2024.
I second it.
Debbie made the motion, Susan seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Well, no, I don't. We have 4, right? 4-0. Oh, any opposed? So that one carries 4-0. October 2nd meeting, we were all present at that meeting, correct? So do I have a motion for October 2nd?
So moved.
Maggie made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Susan made the second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Our next meeting will be November 6, 2024. Level 3 applications are due Thursday, October 24th. Level 2 applications due Wednesday, October 31st. Agenda setting for November 6, 2024 meeting.
I should make one correction. Wednesday is the 30th, not the 31st. Okay. My apologies.
Okay. Level 2 applications will be due Wednesday, October 30th. Do we have any public comments? Okay. We do need one more commissioner on this commission. We're missing 1. We need 7 to have a full commission. So if anybody's interested, please go down and talk with Cassie or to the mayor. Public or commissioner comments. Debbie?
I don't think I have anything tonight. Oh, we enjoyed camp. Camp was wonderful. Yeah, learned a lot.
Ditto on the camp. It was well worth our time. And thanks to Debbie and Dee, I got to ride and princess in the next scene.
Susan?
I'm still waiting for my rain.
Oh, yeah. I wish you'd get out there and
Well,
do
you're
that
not by
dance.
yourself,
You said that 2 weeks ago.
I'm still waiting for it. I keep asking for it.
In Rogers, they
Please
have
bring the rain.
signs on the reader boards at restaurants that said, rain dancers apply here.
Oh, did y'all see that horrible fire in Rogers? Oh, man, that's
Over by the
bad.
airport.
Frank, do you have any comments?
No, I should not.
I ditto on camp. Thank you, Debbie, for driving us. It was a very good camp. I hadn't been to, well, we haven't had a camp for a long time, so it was great. And next time, well, we're not going to have a spring camp. I did ask. Cassie may know more than I. They're hoping for something in next September, but we'll wait for that.
I thought it was interesting, if I can say one more thing. We had the whole session on mid-century modern. And even though a house may not seem old to us because we're old. It is getting there to where, things need to be documented, just like our 1890s houses.
And I hope, because I know we've gotten the emails, and I'm hoping Cassie, because she did talk with Ian, after last Wednesday, right? You had a meeting with him. And I know we're supposed to get some of this on, I don't know if it's video
Yeah,
or...
we're supposed to get the PowerPoints, too.
PowerPoints and all. Have you gotten that?
I have not, I'll reach out to
Okay,
them.
but that would be great, so when we could have a workshop. And Cassie and I did talk about, like, if we have a real slow meeting, which I would have thought this would have been, but maybe we can add it, adjourn this meeting and then have our workshop, so we don't have to do a special one, but we may have to. But if we could already hear, since she's going to be driving from Springdale, Fayetteville, for maybe always, we don't know, but she's driving at this point, and that's a long night, and our nights are getting shorter, so we need to keep that in mind too, because deer are out there, and I hate to have anybody driving.
Could we also look at possibly like coming at 3 or 4 o'clock?
Yeah, we could,
And
moving
meeting
it up.
before, and then you wouldn't be out so late.
Yeah, let me just check and see what we're allowed to do.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then we'll check with Ian to see where these are. Debbie took lots of notes. I took pictures of a lot of the things that were on the charts that I thought was good, and I haven't,
But we were all supposed to get a PDF or something.
yeah. So if we can check on where all of those PDFs and things are that we could, because it was very,
It was good.
There was a
it
lot
was
of
good.
good information.
I mean,
A
and
lot of good
especially the
information.
mid-century. And we do have a lot of mid-century here.
Well, and I really appreciated the work on creating a vision of preservation for your city and getting all of your partner groups involved in that. I thought that was valuable.
Yeah, a lot of things to think about. Okay, any other comments, Cassie? Adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Debbie
in
made the
favor.
motion. Maggie seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. Turn off your mics.